That YCS fallout is crazy for today's market. You guys smash up and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first thing that I gotta bring to your attention here is Marionette Might. Oh yeah, who would have guessed this? Jesse actually played this over the weekend, and guess what? People lost their minds. They made this into a $3 common from the freaking Zombie Horde structure deck. Do you remember what was in Zombie Horde? Alright, Goizuki is the most expensive card in the structure deck, next to Zombie Necronize. The Masker Restrict is $2 in here. Zombie Master, okay. It used to be the Shiranui Solitaire was the most expensive card in this structure deck, but now you have a new challenger down here coming in at $3 for this. So what in the world are people consistently paying this? Yeah, they are. Now that this card has been brought to light, you can go through all of your ancient common bulk and have this, because this is so freaking hilarious at the end of the day. And they actually have this. How are we doing on Strike and Neos? Oh yeah, this is also from Strike and Neos. Yep. You can blame a lot of this. $4, $3. People are paying for the mod play copies because they don't want to pick these up. I assume over the next week or so that we will see this repopulate and we will see this drop back down. Hey, maybe Konami will take note of this. This was also in the Zombie World structure deck as well. No way. This was the original. Spirit Reaper actually in Zombie. How are these structure decks actually like $50+ unopened, $60 unopened, and there is like nothing of value in here? Well, I guess when you have such an interesting card going on in the current game, it's interesting. I want to go look at Puppet Plant here as well. You know, Puppet Plant did get the Turbo Pack upgrade. So, you know, if you're holding out for a Super Marionette Might, maybe we'll see this. You gotta love 250 copies, and this did get the structure deck Kaiba Reload reprint. You know, this one doesn't currently see play, but this was the last one of, you know, the discard take control of X monster type. It's just, wow, from Strike of Neos out here, it has taken that long for this guy to see some sort of play. So kudos to actually having this be such an expensive card in this point in time, but I do think that we will see this calm down over the course of the next week or so, so you can be patient with this. Oh boy, Novox Prayer, the Skull Guardian, all of the cool little stuff that we got earlier in the week. You know, nobody bought out Novox Prayer. I'm actually kind of happy about this. If you wanted to acquire a copy of Novox Prayer strictly for collection sake, you're not gonna play this, all right? Like that's the first big thing here I want to point out is this is just for collectability, because we just got the retrain of Skull Guardian. I think Skull Guardian looks so cool, but Novox Prayer, this was always such a cool looking ritual. I also believe that with the release retrain of this, we'll probably see Novox Prayer get a reprint, which means I believe that this was the last Magic card that we had in the TCG that had not had a reprint into a spell. So I believe with that would be the last Magic card falling into place. So there are technically no more Magic cards left in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That need reprint. Double check me on that, but I was reading that earlier. It's a little bit of an interesting fun fact here. Now, Skull Guardian itself, this thing is very, very, very expensive, and you can thank this for being tournament packed too. The last sale actually was from yesterday at $74. Somebody came through and said, you know what? We'll go ahead and pick this up. There's a mod play for $59. I would not recommend that at all. That's actually pretty expensive. Another light play for $77. $95. You can get TP2 is so weird because I don't believe that this had the foreign printing. I believe this was English only, which when you do have sets like that, that's fine. But $145 for this. Realistically, you shouldn't be paying that much for a copy of this. I do hope it'll be a real shame if this does end up getting the reprint, but for the collectability sake, this has always been a nice piece. Now, of course, you got to have things that do have to go up, because that's just how it works right now. Not only has Sarvis been seeing competitive play, which, you know, it just now got a theme that actually can beam it on out and you can actually do things with it. So once again, already competitive value for the non-targeting effect, and then you go ahead and sprinkle on in a brand new theme for this. Yeah, people are picking. Look at that. Those are all just yesterday. That's crazy. The fact that people were paying $10, first ed's at $14 to $15, and they're not stopping at all. You can thank the hype train right now. Like, this is actually crazy to me. I actually wonder if we will see some sort of cooldown on this, or if this is just temporary. The dual overload version is actually hitting about $1 right now. Luckily, we did have the Amazing Defenders rares, which are 6 cents. Thank you, Konami, for actually reprinting this. But, you know, people, this will amaze people, but people want their bling. People want their expensive cards. All right, these do matter to the high rarity, to the huge whales out there. They do want their shiny cardboard. And, of course, Saphira, the Queen of Dragons. You know, people definitely came through and smashed these LTs. Yeah, near mint 25 all day. Look at all those sales over the last couple. Wow. You know, Saphira has seen a little bit of play throughout time. I mean, it is a good draw card at the end of the day, but okay. Lowest light play right now is going to put you at the $35, $36, $39 mark. Yeah, you got to be crazy to spend this much money, but okay. I mean, people look at the theme, they're like, all right, well, this is kind of cool. I'll go ahead and I'll spend the absurd amount of money that's going on with this. Duelist Alliance Ultras are 60 cents. That's kind of interesting. Or you can pick up the Megaton version for 70 cents as well. So, okay, you have cheap availability. That's the only thing I care about, is when you can have cheap numbers available to you to be able to pick these up and have them. And Tinfall, you know, this is beautiful. The most expensive card in the tins as of filming this is actually Druis Worm right now at a $12 price point. And I assume that over time we will see more of these numbers begin to repopulate for these things, because honestly, this card shouldn't be that much. But I mean, when we were looking at the numbers that were available, a lot of people confirmed that, yeah, Druis Worm was not, you know, necessarily the biggest available. And I honestly don't think Konami's going to go after this on a list. They don't have any reason to go after Druis. All right, unlike Magna, who does facilitate, you know, searching and a lot of crazy stuff. This is fine. Garua's coming in at $11. Yay! Who didn't see that coming? Lubellions continue to drop. I would not be surprised if we see Lubellion bump underneath, you know, $10 here soon. Fenrir's underneath the $10 mark. Down they go. Rite of Armesier also holding at $6. This is genuinely interesting. Like, I am impressed with how this is going. Saronir's coming in at $5-6 as well. You've seen Regulus retrace down to the $6 mark. Okay. We have Magna Huts coming in at $5-6. Poor guy. You know, he wasn't even short printed, but people want their playsets. We're still expecting this on a ban list hit, but people are going for it. Illusions are down to $5. This feels a little bit more acceptable at the end of the day. And then we have Ellis getting bought out. Now we're seeing Exosister cards disappear at the $4 price point. That's interesting. It wasn't on my bingo sheet for Mega Tinfall, but okay. Sophia, $5. Blazing Cartesia is at $5s. Runic Tips, $4 still, okay. Destructive Daruma Cannons at $4s. Welcome Labyrinths, $4. You've got a lot of good $4 cards right now. Packs coming in at $3. The biggest things that this tin has going for it is people want the deck cores. You would be surprised the amount of people like, oh, I can pick up, you know, this deck core and I can have this and I can play this now? Okay, I'll take it. Wow, Stella also is heading up to $1. Every Exosister card in this set has bumped up. Divisor King also at $2 right now. Mikhail, a little bit cheaper, but that's okay. Martha at a whole $1, but all of the other upgrades, okay. I mean, maybe there's a giant Exosister meta coming out here. I think this is the card that you need to be watching. Trust me, all of you future Flandres players out there, thank me. The card is good. Timaeus, the United, is still cheap. So much cheap stuff back here. But if the top end is fighting with each other out here, as we're starting to see more and more of the competitive merit picking up these cards, maybe there is something to this after all. So, what do you think about all of the movements on the market? It doesn't look like a lot, but it is. It is a lot. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back at the end of the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.